Hi, I'm Bridie Munro, and I'm running a 3-day workshop in September through Hot Yoga Wellington. This is called Embodied Anatomy, and it's really about piecing together all these little insights and tidbits and theories and models that I've collected over the last 10 years in practice. One theme in particular that we'll be weaving throughout the 3 days is the messaging around pain. This isn't a pain management course, it's not a pain treatment course, but it is a time to look at the narrative that we have around pain and look at tips and tricks that we can do to help support ourselves and maybe our students. I'll be sharing personally what the sort of model and methods that I use when I have an acute flare-up or something is sore within my body. And we're also going to be looking at the language and the advice and the messaging that we provide for those of us that have chronic pain or persistent pain. During this 3-day embodied anatomy training, a large component of the work that we'll be doing is also about the language of the cells, or talking to the cells, understanding what it means to be a biological being in this world. So we will look at tissue turnover, tissue degeneration, how we heal, what supports healing, as well as load, and how we can optimize or use the environment around us to help us thrive. So understanding the pain experience and listening to the language of the cells are 2 key components of this embodied anatomy training. To some extent from there on out, the rest of the lessons can be tailored to what your specific interests and needs are, but here's sort of how I imagine it going. There will be a focus on the breath, the components of the breath, how we can manipulate the breath, even just being aware of the breath. Really useful skills for embodiment, as well as this idea of somatic movements or exploring the somatic body. What does that mean? It's a fancy term. How can we make it practical? I'm interested in the sensory experience as well, so we will be exploring self-massage, visualization, those kinds of tools to help us come into and modify our sensory experience. And leaning on the somatics, we'll also just be exploring the motor experience of the body, how we can move in different ways, how we can assess ourselves and maybe our students, and explore all those unloading, loading principles.